Hi, this is Kara with Inside My Messy Messy Mind and Fun Wise Stories. I'm going to talk to you today about my story. It turns out, if you did not know, that anytime you start to get on the internet for something that you have, whether it's a story, whether it's a product, or whether it's a concept or something that you want others to know about, you're supposed to have a story. So people ask me, Kara, why did you write your stories? Okay, so here's the thing. Turns out there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. I began writing my stories because I was career driven. I was a teacher. I taught middle school. Every day was a different day. Those children were always bringing something interesting to the table. I was go, 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 major adrenaline. And then I came home to be an at-home mom, and there was peace. There was quiet. There were a lot of late nights, but it wasn't the same kind of thinking. It was a different kind of thinking, to be sure. But I didn't have that same interaction, and I had a very difficult time transitioning. So when my children would nap or when they were otherwise entertained, I would do me time, which is also a very hip concept right now. But my me time did not involve meditation. My me time involved me going off and doing mind puzzles with words and creating rhyming, rhythmic stories that I just really enjoyed. And that was the end of it. I never really thought anything more of it. So that, I am told, is a really crummy my story. They're supposed to be better than that. And I said, well, what do you mean? Well, it turns out there's bullet points you're supposed to hit with your story. Well, I started hearing all these bullet points, and I said, well, wait a minute. I have those bullet points, and they're actually very genuine. You just didn't ask the right question. I said, what do you mean I didn't ask the right question? I said, the question would be, why, after 15 years of me writing stories, did I decide to publish? That's the question. People look at me. I guess publishing, that's a given. Everybody who writes wants to publish. I never had that feeling. I didn't ever really want to publish. My stories were great. As soon as I put them out there, right? People can say they're not so great. Well, when they're in the closet, they are the best stories ever. I was fine with that. I didn't need extra money. I didn't need to learn technology. The technology learning curve is horrible, by the way. I didn't need to take time away from my family, which now I've really enjoyed. I've gotten used to this transition now. I really like this transition. So that's a key question. Why did I publish? I published because I have gotten to the point in my life where I recognize that there are a lot of problems out there that I'm just not very happy with. I see a lot of issues that break my heart that I really want to step forward and make a difference. And those issues are so huge and they are so vast. And there are so many issues. And I am one person. And I heard this reiterated over and over through the elections. I've heard this reiterated so many times. I am one person. How will I count? I am one person. What difference can I make? And I thought, but I am the bull in the china shop. If I'm in the china shop, I make one heck of a difference. So I'm going to see if I can do something. So I decided to publish my stories and see if I could use any proceeds that I could make to go towards something that meant something to me and what that looked like. Then I started thinking about it and I thought, I wonder how many Americans there are out there. And what if they all did something that meant something to them? So I looked, and according to July's 2015 statistics, there are 168 million Americans between the ages of 25 and 65. So let's just play pretend, because I like pretend. My stories are pretend. Let's pretend that each one of those took one person, one cause, one fix. Well, now all of a sudden there's no overwhelm. There's no helplessness. There's no hopelessness because you have a mission. One mission. You can't fix everything, You only get to pick one. Well, 168 of you, 168 million of you are picking one. That means I'm going to pick education because education has made the difference in my life, a huge difference. And I think that's a very important cause. Well, somebody else is going to say, yo, Kara, education doesn't mean anything if you're starving. Somebody else is going to say, yeah, and then once you have something to eat, it'd be really nice if you had a place to sleep. So all these people are going to pick really important causes, ones that are really, really needing love and energy and time and money. They all deserve us, but we can't give to everything. We go into overwhelm mode. So I'm going to take education and trust that in this melting pot of people that we have that is amazing in this country, somebody else is going to say, but that is really important to me. And I think it's going to trickle down. I think in this case, that trickle down theory is going to work really well. I think it's going to trickle down to the point where even those manatees in Florida are going to get love, and they're going to get time, and they're going to get energy, and they're going to get maybe some money. Because somebody's going to say, you know what, I'm going to take the manatees. I wouldn't have taken the manatees, but I am really glad somebody did because those gentle giants really need some love. And I call this the epic change. So that to me is very worthwhile. Thanks so much for joining me, and that is my story when I get asked the right question.